Tim Nurse was double vaccinated but immunocompromised. He died in Florida 5 weeks ago.
He had an incredible, generous spirit. He's the kind of guy who mowed your lawn when you were away.
His death makes his family more alarmed about New Brunswick's surging cases and strained hospitals.
And I blame that entirely on Mr. Higgs's decision, and I no longer trust him.
There would be no provincial restrictions, period.
At the end of July, Premier Blaine Higgs dropped all the rules, including masks, pointing to Alberta's early opening. He celebrated despite not reaching his own vaccination target of 75%.
I would still do the same thing.
I know you're hesitant to call this a mistake, but it's about rebuilding public trust. How can you continue to lead a province through a pandemic if you don't want to admit that mistakes were made?
I'm not going to find fault or look for finding fault. I'm saying that my only point is I would make the same decision based on the same information.
Last week, Higgs reinstated the province's state of emergency, mask mandate, and limits on contacts. He's also implemented a proof of vaccination policy. But some say it wasn't fast enough and doesn't go far enough. Others say the restrictions should never have been lifted in the first place.
This was all predictable. It was all knowable back in July. And it's disappointing to hear the Premier say that if he could go back in time, he would make the same decision.
As they grieve the loss of a brother, the nurses are still trying to protect elderly parents.
This isn't over. They still have to remain cautious, and there's no guarantee that they're not going to die that ugly death that we saw and felt Tim go through.
They'd like to see more measures, even lockdowns, if it means keeping them safe. Kayla Hounsel, CBC News, Sackville, New Brunswick.